Oh, Hungary has finally joined the Axis. Looks like they've cemented their control somewhat over there. Alright, and it looks like 60 days is when we're going to be able to do our big aircraft design. And that'll be
Nice.
massive for us. We're doing fine on manpower. It's probably a good time to get everyone in their proper positions as far as the armies are concerned, so I'll go ahead and handle that now.
Alrighty. Is there any reason that you should I put it on civilian oversight for the occupied territories?
For occupied territories, there's a very specific one you want to use as communist governments, and that's liberated workers.
Okay.
That's pretty much the most powerful one out there, and you only get it if you're communist. So definitely worth doing.
Yeah, yeah. I just wish it had compliance gain.
I'm not too worried about it. We're only going to have pretty much the territories that we take for what we've already taken. And then we're going to have a bit from like occupying, but in the long run we're puppeting people, so compliance isn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the front line, as you can see by the defense order I've given. Pretty damn thorough. It follows a river pretty much the whole way, so we're never really in danger of being destroyed. I take it we want to get the upgraded transport plane for better range.
That would probably be a good idea, I think.
Oh, hold on. That can wait. What we really need is the tank to get that going, like 1940 for the T-34, because if we don't have those, then we're not going to be able to push.
Yeah.
Looks like we've already got 10 factories on the on transport planes. I'm going to put it up to 20 for the time being while we're waiting for drop tanks to finish. So 50 days. Okay. Yeah, we're doing pretty damn good so far from the looks of it. And you got more free dockyards?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've got a very nice industry right now, from what I'm looking at. Oh, and it couldn't hurt to build radars as well, so I might as well get those on here.
No, it would not hurt at all.
And then, let's see, what focus are we taking? I like to get that 5th research slot fairly early, so let's start working towards that some more.
It's a good one.
Yeah, the Pollitt, have you looked at the Politburo, by the way? It's pretty crazy right now for our national spirit.
I have not. Give me a second.
And then our 5-year plan's also kind of crazy.
Where is the Politburo?
Someone was stalling.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And the 5-year plan's not slouching either, by any measure.
No, I'll have to. We'll have to do a playthrough sometime where we do like the right path or something like that. I just did a playthrough where I figured out how to speed run assassinating Stalin, and dude, it's awesome. And I figured out how to make it. They've done it in a way such that you can encourage Stalin to kill the people that you want him to kill. So that way you get all the advisors that are central to your kind of stuff, rather than just like
getting Chungus.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pretty nice.
Okay. Yeah, the thing about the Soviet Union is you're not going to build a lot of things to begin with, but once your industry is ramped up and that production efficiency cap gets up, you're going to be building so much shit.
Anything that you want, anything other than like
Well, now would be a good time for you to get that transport plane with that slot.
it's true. I didn't know if there's anything more immediately pressing that
No,
needed.
that's cool. And we're starting the flamethrower tank project as well right now, which is great.
We should be also doing the naval project that we were wanting. The
Yeah, proximity fuse. Good.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. As far as political power goes, we can probably spend some. So let's go ahead and get Vasilevsky for more recovery rate, Konev for less enemy air support, and then the third one we'll think about a bit. Oh, nah, because I don't know about you, but where are you at on picking between the positive heroism and collectivist propaganda?
Let me look, because I don't normally even go down that section of the three.
It's under expand the
Yeah.
agitprop. Personally, I like collectivist propaganda. I used to be a fan of positive heroism, but
Yeah,
I read
I'd
about
say
the Stakhanovite movement, and it basically just made Soviet industry worse. So I try to avoid that.
okay. I mean, honestly, just looking at it, I would say collectivist propaganda. I think that's what I normally would go with in the past as well.
I mean, it's cool to have the high command choices, but you can always just make those. So I don't think it's entirely like required
Yeah.
for that sort of thing. Industry is looking pretty darn good. We do need to research the PPSH here pretty soon, though, or else we're going to be fairly behind on infantry equipment. And we're already almost 2 years behind, that is. But, you know, that's just the thing with the Soviets. You start with 3 research slots, so you're going to be behind on some things.
And you really don't want to have, like, you want to have a stockpile built up of the infantry equipment before you switch over.
Mm-hmm.
So that
And
way
we've
you
got
don't
20,000 as it is, but most of them are Mosins, so...
Yeah. And they're just going to get eaten the second that the war starts.
Mm-hmm. I'm fairly confident in our position. I think we're going to do pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I'm breaking up my special forces into multiple different sections.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, okay, you're on Theater 3?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to get us better radar.
I'm just going to name the theater that I have the majority of the troops in, the Western Front. And then Theater 2 is the Eastern Front.
Alrighty.
And I do different names depending on who I'm playing as. So, like, if I'm the Germans, I'll do Army Group North, Center, and South. And if I'm, like, the British, I'll do Asia Command, Europe Command, Home Command. Stuff like that.
I really would like to do more with that. I used to do, like, Theater West and Theater South or stuff like that. Now I'm just like, fuck it all. Usually it's like main army. I've got my main armies. I'll have like my specialty army that usually has special forces, tanks, and units that I want to be prioritized for resupply first. Then I'll have a army filled with usually garrison units, or sorry, a theater with just garrison units, and that one will be deprioritized for supply.
Alright, it is now time. As soon as we pick this research, we can start actually building good planes. So let me go ahead and start that. I'm also going to reduce the priority of some of our different chunguses here. I'm going to reduce us to 10 factories, for example, on transport planes. And then probably put us up to 3 for trains. How are we doing on
we're not gonna need-
trucks? Oh, we're doing okay. Put us to 5 for that, I think. Alright.
like I've got a. I might try some cheeky naval stuff. Let me see if I can. Let me control. There we go. Might try and take Bornholm. Um,
The problem with that is that Denmark doesn't join the war. I'm pretty sure,
isn't
at
it?
least. They become a
They've got.
puppet that doesn't join.
Oh, I was gonna say they're. Aren't they normally a puppet by now? But like, I don't know when they become a.
No, they are a puppet. They just don't join the war. That's the meme.
It looks like they haven't been puppeted. It looks like Germany just annexed them.
Hmm? Oh, how odd. Weird. They usually don't do that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if I can take Copenhagen, would be kind of cool. Um,
Yeah, and we
just
could.
to
It would be a little hard for them to defend it if we have naval superiority.
exactly. Well, that way we could actually keep the Baltic open for supply, and then possibly cut off German reinforcements into Norway.
Mm-hmm. And I take it by the fact that we researched medium airframes, we're going to be building tactical bombers instead of CAS.
We can. I actually was doing some reading, and I didn't realize that I just was doing my bombers wrong. Um, I'm down to do whatever. I just figured I'd research the medium bombers because
Well, I really like TU2s and War Thunder, so we can just build those.
okay, I'm down with that.
Simple as, really.
Ooh, and we are a month away from having. Yep, we're a month away from having the Kronstadt built.
Cool. And then, let's see. Definitely want the electronics and the bomb sites. And then we can even afford a gunner. There we go. TU2 is ready to go. Great plane in War Thunder if you've never used it. I really recommend it.
I have not. I have the BF 110.
That's a decent plane, although they serve different roles. The TU2
I
is
have no
definitely
idea.
more for bombing than it is for like air defense fighting. But though the BF-110 can CAS effectively in that game for sure.
God, I love that. The 20 mils.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play it when it was a lower tier though, and now it's
The
a little bit.
1.7 one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
God,
that was a crime when it was at 1.7, dude. That shit was so broken.
so many people, especially when you play arcade, just would try and go straight up, and you obliterate them.
Yeah, the twin. Some of them have twin 30s, twin 20s. That shit's so strong. I'm going ahead and upgrading the. Actually, do you want to help me with this?
What's up?
Upgrade the infrastructure of any state that has resources in it. Chromium can wait, but everything else is pretty high demand, especially aluminum. Yeah, Lord knows that you can never have enough aluminum.
Yeah, especially as the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm. You need
Well,
to
then
build a
this
lot of planes.
I've always been curious, like what is infrastructure like act like what would if you had to define infrastructure in terms of like what actually is it in real life in terms of like Hearts of Iron 4 level in this world, what would like level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 be?
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. It's like the difference between how many paved roads there are, how many railways there are for like getting things to one place to another. Um, if
Well,
the if like the oil derricks there are developed, Because it
Okay.
also improves the resource level, like how effective the mines are is another way to think of it. So
I
it's
guess, yeah.
really all of the supporting infrastructure in a state. So like if it's at level 1, then you can think of it as like you got dirt roads with effectively like hand carted fucking resources if there are any.
And then 0 would be like bushwhacking.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're in the Sahara Desert, there's nothing. You just gotta hope for the best.
Like literally the Amazon, how it has nothing.
Oh yeah, fighting in the Amazon is always a nightmare. I hate doing that. I actually did my
I
first ever world conquest the other day as Brazil, so had a
ooh,
lot of that going on.
I used to play Brazil and Road to 56, and that was one of like, oh, I love that.
They're a fairly fun tree. It took me quite a while to win though. Definitely ICBMs help. I'll put it that way.
I mean, wouldn't they help everybody?
Correct. They do indeed
Like
help everyone.
like Kim Jong Un probably would agree that the ICBMs are in fact the key to making sure the U.S. doesn't come knocking.
Yeah, yeah, that well that and being allied with China more than anything.
That too. That certainly, yes. That probably, arguably, well, both of those things would do it.
Definitely in combination, but one or the other could maybe do it, but if with both of them you can for sure have it.
And even just the threat of nukes is enough for the most part.
Okay, so I've got another question for you for this episode.
All right.
I'm curious what you think is an underexplored front of World War II in media that you'd like to see more of.
Ooh. Uh, the day-to-day life of people in occupied spaces who didn't have anything to do with the Germans whatsoever, but regularly had to just interact.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
So
I'm
the
sure
collaborators
that,
and the resistors.
yes, yeah, like there's nothing like that centers, like not the people who got SOE or whatever the British Special Operations training and
Mm-hmm.
like went out did their things, but the people who just did little acts of resistance to just resist the people who gave up and collaborated or who did whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be. I mean, I don't know that it'd be that interesting, I guess, but I don't know. I'm sure you could write some stories in the framework of that. But what about you?
You know what? Despite asking the question, I had not been properly prepared for it. I think it would be really cool to see a war from the Yugoslavian point, or something from the Yugoslavian point of view. You basically
That
don't see any of that. I've seen a couple of Yugoslavian movies. I'm sure that they've made some World War II stuff I haven't yet seen, and they're really good filmmakers from what I've seen. And I
yeah,
just it
like
was the one place that overthrew its own captives without outside help, pretty much.
and then stayed independent
Yeah,
of everybody.
despite being communist, Stalin didn't make them a puppet, and that was basically down to Tito's leadership.
Uh, God, and that just I would be that would be a good movie. Like how did
Yeah, because
because
they
there's
had to
also
fight the Chetniks at times, they had to fight the Germans, they had to fight the
exactly
Croats. Yeah, there's just
uh,
so much going on. Like they're constantly under fire, but they had mobilized a whole bunch of soldiers. Like I'm pretty sure the Yugoslavian resistance was bigger than the French resistance.
yes. Well, it was a lot more active. I know that there's like a specific area in the former Yugoslav republics that uh, Tito led a retreat of like tens of thousands of partisan fighters through mountain passes, and there's a bunch of like monuments to the rear guard
Hmm.
who have held the Nazis off or something. I don't know, just cool shit.
And what's so interesting about that front too is like Yugoslavia and the invasion folded so fast comparatively. Like it
Well,
was, I think, a couple days before they they were completely destroyed. And that's because they put all their armies on all of the borders when they're surrounded on basically every side by the Axis, instead of trying to create some defense in depth.
I guess I'm curious. I don't know anything about the Yugoslav government prior to
Well, this was when it was
Tito.
the Kingdom of Yugoslavia and they had the prince. So what was gluing it together more so was the idea of a greater Serbia than an actual like federal Yugoslavia, like how Tito had it. So people weren't really all that committed to it. There's a lot of people who were fairly supportive of the Axis. Their military wasn't in the best places, definitely. And they weren't prepared for a modern war, basically at all. So despite having a 1,000,000-man army, it crumbled.
Do you think it was a similar situation to the Poles where...
like how much of a rock and a hard place they were in? Pretty much.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, those are, if you haven't done it and you're like a HOI4 enthusiast, I highly recommend playing as Poland and Yugoslavia, retreating to like the center of the country, creating a ring of defenses, and just holding out. It's some of the most fun you'll have in HOI4. Just constantly trying to defend yourself from the onslaught. And if you actually win, which I have won in both cases, it's very fulfilling.
God, that does sound badass. God, I want to... Can I rename the Kronstadt as the Pride of the Fleet?
Whatever you want to do with the Navy is all up to you, pal.
What's going to cost political power?
Oh, no, we're cool. Like, we're not spending it on anything, really. What was the old Pride of the Fleet? Some shitty battleship like the Merit?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, well.
And I'm getting radar put on the Kronstadt right now. And then she'll go out for sea trials.
Gotcha. Gonna change how the front line is just a wee bit so the forces are more accurately spread out.
You know, I should also modify our cruisers a bit.
Looks fine though. I guess I need to check if we have medium cannons available, because that will effectively decide if we if we build medium tanks just yet. Oh, we do. Excellent. So when the factories are done for the planes, I'll start working on getting medium tanks built.
Nice.
And we also will be building SPGs as well. Just a very small amount of them, though. It's purely for combat width purposes, not because I actually like using them. Because the ideal combat width, in my opinion, for a playthrough of the Soviet, or really of anybody, is 35 width, and you can't achieve that with just motorized and tanks.
Okay.
Because planes, which is where you want to fight, are 70, and you can fit 2 35 width divisions there perfectly without incurring any penalties.
I usually go with... What do you normally go with? Come on, brain. 25 width is usually the biggest I go with, but I've been experimenting with going smaller, like 16 and 18, just to see how many I can...
Mm-hmm.
But depending on how many divisions you get in there is also more instances of damage being taken and calculations done, which inevitably lead, yes, more resistance, but more equipment and manpower being lost at various levels of efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the... There's some guys doing the math on that, and I don't remember what the optimal numbers for that is. But I'm sure there's somebody who has that somewhere.
I'm not too worried about metagaming, because if you start, it's hard to find a place to stop.
Yeah, it really is. I did it. I used to do it, and I still try and look for the cheese.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard not to. Like, you see that this is more efficient, so you wonder where else you can squeeze efficiency out of. But ultimately, you
Oh
just got to
yeah.
remember we're fighting the AI, and they're not, like, the biggest threat of all time.
Not unless we make them the biggest threat of all time.
Speaking of, I guess I could give them Lend-Lease. Here, I'll start doing that.
Who are you unleasing?
Oh, Germany.
Oh, yeah, that might do it.
Not that I have anything really good worth giving them. Yeah, nah. Everything we have we kind of need right now. I guess we do have an abundance of artillery pieces. Cold, calm, winter night in Stalingrad.
Nice. Get this.
I think it's going pretty well so far, the playthrough, personally.
I do too. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think the
I'm
Great
excited.
Patriotic War is going to be pretty fun. We are going to need to save some more political power so we can scorched earth everything, though, for sure.
I have nothing else that I have to use it on as far as I'm aware.
Same.
Okay. So we're going to get the Leningrad. Well, no, that's not the Leningrad. I can't remember. Oh, the Sevastopol. That's what it is. The Sevastopol will be done here in a few days.
Good news, 5th research slot is now on the way.
Awesome. Do you mind if I shift the one on the top down to that bottom one?
Sure, as soon as when it comes up, by all means, and I'll just take the top 3.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Oh, that's your research.
We have a project we can do. Helicopters are not worth it for us. We're gonna want rockets. So we'll just wait till that happens. We need to research experimental rockets before we can even take it, though.
I thought about doing that with my next research slot, honestly. Like, either that or nuke.
We need both, so... and then nukes aren't ahead of time, so it's probably worth it to get the nukes. It'll help our research out, too. So it's almost always worth it, even if you don't plan on building nuclear bombs to get that first nuke tech. Man, aren't we so happy the Peru-Ecuador war is modeled in?
Is there actually a war that happened then?
Yep. It's completely unrelated to World War II. Peru attacked Ecuador, I'm pretty sure. And I think they beat them, too.
Did anything come of that?
I think, like, some minor territory changes.
Okay, so not really anything to write home about.
No, nothing crazy. It was just a part of making South America more interesting for the game in general. More or less for alt history than anything, but like in the main game now, South America will pretty much join en masse with the Allies. And I don't know if you've done it, but Argentina has a pretty funny meme path they can do. Where like you can bring Senior Hitler back.
I have not done it, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, you know how one of the ships got exploded in the River Plot, like at the mouth of it? You can like dredge that up and put it back in your navy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. It's the what is it? It's a really famous battle battle cruiser from like
It's a heavy cruiser, I think. I can't remember the name of it though.
Yes, okay. Yeah, the Germans were like hiding in Latin America or something like that. Or like hiding
They
Germans
they were holed up there because the British chased them in, and then they managed to trick them out, and the British blew it up. I think it's the Hipper.
Yes, the Admiral Hipper.
It's like a tier 6 in World of Warships for any of those who played that.
Kronstadt is at C.
So what we're going to do is we're going to build up to 20 factories on tactical bombers, and then we're going to hold off on building tanks for a bit, because we want to build our fortifications for when the time comes, as well as the various aircraft and whatnot. In fact, we do need to start on this supply depot, because the fact that we're not guarding the border means the Germans think we're going to be weak. So they are going to attack at the historical date, or very close to it.
Okay.
So 5-6-ish months. So just something to be ready for.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you're familiar with the new AI changes, how they handle attacking, but they no longer really attack across a broad front unless it's really safe. They make like concentrated power units to do breakthroughs now.
Yes, they don't just cycle attack anymore.
Mm-hmm. So that should make them a bit more difficult for us to defend against.
Yes, I had that problem where I was just the AI happened to attack me at just the right time when I had no equipment whatsoever and everybody was super weak.
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking sucked.
Oh, here, nice. The new transport planes are in. And we've already got 165 of them.
Hell
Even
yeah.
with 10 factories, you can build them fairly quickly.
Alright, researching rockets.
Okay. Oh, we have a discount for doctrines. We might as well use it. Get pocket defense. It'll give us more non-combat supply penalty and more supply grace. It's pretty useful.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then while we're at it, it probably wouldn't hurt to get... What do you think? Flexible organization or static warfare?
Let me take a look real fast.
Flexible organization is going to be a lot better for when we're attacking. Oh, operational reserves. What am I thinking? More HP, more better.
What am I missing?
It's the spirit of the army.
Oh,
or spirit
one,
of division command. And we're just taking the one that's unique to mass assault.
yes, I agree with that. I don't normally screw around with all that stuff.
It can give us some handy bonuses that are useful, certainly.
It really can. Oh, that's super annoying.
Alright, let's go ahead and call the episode after the next focus is done in like 30 days.
Down with that.
Okay.
We've got ourselves a pretty nice navy, all things considered.
Yeah, where is the mother fleet at? All Leningrad still?
Yep.
I've noticed my favorite part about your navy is that you have the submarine symbol for them all.
Yeah. And then the only ones that aren't are the how do I change that actually? Do I
You click on it and then you go to the symbol. You can either click the symbol next to Task Force 4 or you can click the symbol next to the ship. Yeah. You're going to want to click the one next to Task Force 4 though, or whatever task force it is. And then you can decide what to go from there.
I see what I'm doing.
Probably the Dolphin, I don't know. Trident.
Oh no. Do you see?
You might have chosen the individual ships, I'm not sure. Oh, we captured an Iranian operative.
Oh hell yeah. I don't get those notifications.
Oh yeah, it's because I'm the primary player. I get all the events.
No, I was changing all the ships and all the task forces to just have the submarine.
Oh, lol. That's funny. Just sub
Oh,
chub
there
it
we go.
up.
That's how we do it. There.
Oh hey, our battle cruiser's done. Nice.
Yep, we've got both battle cruisers. At least one of them is refitted and ready to go. The other one is having radar put on it right now.
Awesome. Oh hey, the Finnish want to buy anti-tank guns from us. How excellent.
Would are would you?
Yeah, no, I'm selling them.
I guess there are puppets.
Yeah, absolutely. We want that.
Dude, yeah, we want the I want that money. And then once all of our heavy ships repair in Leningrad, then they're going to go out to exercise and try and get the Sevastopol and Kronstadt some experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then I should have a few more special forces units to deploy. Let me see if I can. Yep. Got all my Marines. I've got paratroopers training. We're gonna change some mountaineers into paratroopers and spies. And there we go.
Awesome.
Now let me start. Oh, I forgot I needed to start putting, whatchamacallit, a spy network in their country. I totally forgot about that. In Germany.
There we go. Finally got the PPSH 41 in the year 1941 too, instead of 39. Lol. Yeah, you know it works out.
I mean, isn't that not? That's not that far away from when they actually started producing it, is it?
Well, it's a 39 tech. That's the only reason I keep bringing that up.
Oh, okay.
And we've finished the focus, so let's go ahead and call the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked the content, consider liking and subscribing. I was joined by my esteemed friend Zombie.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, exactly. Do as he says. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, yeah. Until next time. See ya.
Thank you for having me.